right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the nadir of our musical presentation here.
If you didn't like that, okay.
Welcome to the Fun Show at Big TV.
They're saying I'm turning it off. It's too noisy.
This is the August 1st edition of the Fun Show here. And Michael Sallin is massaging the keyboard over there, even when it makes painful sounds.
Thank you.
No,
that was our voices,
taking
wasn't
lessons.
it?
Yeah,
That was our voices,
Taking
wasn't
lessons.
it?
How to,
I'm Arch O'Reilly.
you're Arch O'Reilly?
Yeah, I am.
That's you're the guy on television.
I'm the guy.
He's that guy.
I'm the guy.
And that's
Did you
that,
finally
and that's
notice?
sweet
And
little
sitting
girl
between
next
us,
to you.
sitting
Sweet
between
little
us.
girl, really?
Kira.
I'm not.
Really?
I'm not
K-I-E.
going for that.
Okay, thank you.
This lovely young lady next to us is Kira Miner,
Okay.
and she's just about to undertake a great effort. She's going to become a barrister.
Yes, but in America we call those attorneys.
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 And what
In
it means
England,
is
they
that
have
she's
two
going to go off to
kinds.
law school, which means that in a couple of weeks we will be seeing less of Kira, unfortunately.
Are you going to wear a
Sorry.
white wig or something like that with a black?
You know, when
no.
I come on the show after I become an attorney, I will wear that for you.
Oh, okay.
I don't promise that. You know how much those things cost?
Oh,
It's a
You didn't
splendid.
say how the high quality.
It's a splendid. Good show. Good
Horsehair.
show.
You know what? Can't I
Horsehair.
just borrow yours?
Okay.
No.
What's
Don't you have a white wig?
What
No,
was,
I don't.
What was
Really?
President
No, and the
Reagan?
reason,
What
the
was his
reason I don't is because my head's so big that the wig won't fit under my hat.
Understood.
What,
President Reagan, what?
what was his favorite movie?
Reagan's favorite movie?
Was something he
High,
started?
High Noon.
High Noon. That's all
He
right.
slept through that too.
High
Okay.
Noon was not my favorite Western.
Okay, Eisenhower, President Eisenhower liked anything with horses and cowboys. Hats.
Okay.
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 Mitt Romney has gone on the road about, on record, his love for the Coen brothers. Oh, brother, where art thou? That's pretty
That
good.
was a good movie.
That's a good movie, okay.
Now, apparently, Bill's favorite was Police Academy.
Nice. Oh, that's too funny.
and,
That's
and
why
then
that
come-
was
Then
mentioned.
comes
Chelsea told on him.
Oh, that's too funny.
Texas Governor Rick Perry's favorite movie is Immortal Beloved. What is that? That's a
don't-
1994 period film starring Garriott Oldman as Ludwig van Beethoven.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
It wasn't
Whatever.
a big hit.
No,
Everybody
I don't think
assumes
so.
Richard Nixon's favorite movie was Patton, but no, it isn't. He likes 80 Days Around the World more. He watched it a lot, says Haldeman. Okay.
Some of us call that Around the World in 80
Okay.
days. But
Yes.
What else?
Close enough.
And then, except in the case of Donald Trump,
of course,
citizen,
balloon travel isn't very
citizen-
big this
That
week.
is not a good idea,
See,
especially when you're
Donald Trump
driver's
likes Citizen
alcoholic.
Kane. It's all about himself.
I will absolutely guarantee you that Donald Trump has never seen Citizen Kane in his
I
life.
agree.
Somebody handed him a note and said, "This
Oh,
is
yeah.
supposed to be the greatest film of all time. You claim it."
Yeah.
He hasn't seen Citizen Kane any more than he's read the
No.
U.S. Constitution.
Yep.
Amen. I wouldn't.
You say
I
it,
wouldn't-
brother.
Okay, all right.
But there
Nothing, come
again, I think one of the best lines, and it didn't catch fire the way I think it should have, but one of the best lines was, "You can't believe one word that comes out of his mouth. Not one word. Not
that was
one
in that. Yeah,
word."
that was
Yeah,
in that.
I remember hearing that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got to give a special tribute from the Democratic Convention to the Kahns, Mr. and Mrs. Kahn.
God,
Yes.
it's a
Not
sad-
only did they make the most grabbing speech of the entire thing, which incidentally, Fox News was the only one who didn't broadcast it,
but that's really gravitas. Yeah.
but they put a big pin in Donald Trump's phony balloon. And when he pulled out that U.S. Constitution and said, "I'll lend you mine," since that time, the #2 selling publication on Amazon has been the pocket edition of the U.S. Constitution. He had a real effect. People are actually going out there and buying it. The only
Nice.
thing that outsold that was J.K. Rowling's new book. So that's pretty.
Which I was interested in. I had no idea she wrote a new book. I'm
That's-
excited.
Yeah,
That's
the kids
pretty-
are too. They
That's
are.
pretty
should
impressive.
And they're
be.
making a play out of it
Yeah.
also.
And then they'll make a movie out of it.
Yeah,
Because that's how these
but-
things go.
Ron Paul, well, no,
Ryan. Paul Ryan?
Paul Ryan,
Paul Ryan.
the Speaker of the House.
Yes.
Thank you.
No problem.
Paul Ryan published his top 10 photographs from July, and number one was a picture of him holding up a pocket edition of the U.S. Constitution.
I remember that.
Not too subtle, Paul.
No.
And Jeb Stewart, the governor of Florida. No, Jeb Bush.
Bush.
Jeb
Jeb
Stuart.
Stuart was a Confederate general.
He was a very good Confederate general.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
cavalry
you're
man.
referring to Jeb Bush.
I'm referring to Jeb Bush, who I wonder if he was named after Jeb Stuart. Anyway,
No. No.
his top
you know?
political advisor, Sally Bradshaw, said that Trump's comments on this issue were the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
And she resigned from the Republican Party and announced that she would be voting for Hillary Clinton.
Oh, that sounds
They're going to
reasonable.
get a lot of defectors.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the Koch brothers, who in the last electoral cycle distributed $400 million to Republican candidates, adamantly refused to give 1 cent to Donald Trump.
Good for them.
So Donald apparently spent all of today with his tweet storm attacking CNN. They were unfair. They were mean to him. You know, they
Oh,
were
my
they were
goodness.
stupid. They were dumb. His usual things.
Yeah.
You know, his usual 6th grade boy
Yeah.
vocabulary.
It's so asinine, but yet he's
and he
getting
kept
all
saying
this
that
time.
Fox is better. Fox is better.
Well,
well-
that's what Rupert Murdoch says all the time too. Yeah,
Fox says that.
yeah, they own it. So what?
Well, he's
Yeah.
biased.
Well, they got rid
Well,
of
I mean, they
Ailes.
got rid of
Ailes, Roger Ailes.
Roger Ailes. That
What's he
was
doing
really
now?
great.
Yeah.
Oh, probably sitting on the $40 million they
Oh,
paid
yeah.
him out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So he's not doing too bad.
He's not doing
no,
bad
he,
at all.
He got
But-
the golden handshake or the platinum
But
handshake.
since Rupert
Gotcha.
Murdoch still
I'll take
owns
one of
it,
those
you
one day.
still can't trust it,
no, no,
even to line your
Mur-
canary cage.
yeah, the Murdochs. Yeah. But then, how about Matthew McConaughey,
What about him?
the actor?
Yeah.
He's taking over advertising this company, Wild Turkey Bourbon Whiskey, good
Oh, yeah?
bourbon
Okay.
whiskey, and he is going to write their ads and
Write them?
write the ads for the company. How
all
do you
right.
like that? And he was
That's kind
drinking.
of random.
He was drinking this bourbon while he was talking
Telling
about
the
it to
story,
his
yes.
reporter.
What's his catchphrase?
I didn't know
Matthew
he had one.
Okay, all right, or
Yeah.
something.
Is that it?
Is
I have
that-
no idea.
He's been doing those Lincoln ads of late,
Yeah,
and they're really nauseating.
Yeah.
They make you change the channel. You know, broadcast television stations really should figure out before they accept ads whether they're going to make people switch to another channel.
You're absolutely correct.
Do you know how many cars were built and sold last year?
I don't, but I do know it was the highest in history.
Yeah, 17.4 million, says the New York Times. in a
Yes, it
piece
was the
there.
best year for the American auto industry in history.
But they're busy.
Too bad Obama's ruining the economy.
I know. It's just insane.
Chrysler Fiat is being investigated for exaggerating the sales of Jeep Wranglers and these other models of that sort. you
Yes.
know. And
It's not going to change those numbers.
no. Then there's a guy named Kevin Roberts. This is something you'd be interested in. And Rini was, ad agency top exec of Saatchi and Saatchi. They're in London, now they're here. Okay.
Okay.
They.
What is that, a perfume company?
No, that's
it a law firm?
Saatchi and Saatchi is the biggest advertising agency extant, I guess. much bigger than
sounds
we
like a
thought.
perfume company
And
to me.
anyways, they are taking the parent company is Publicis, and he said gender diversity is all over in our industry. His comments shocked other executives and led to a suit of blatant racist and sexist behavior at J. Walter Thompson. Another,
I don't understand. What's that statement even mean?
What's this
what
about?
he said?
Yeah.
Well,
Is he
women.
saying,
It has to do with.
He's saying no more women, or women are everywhere.
They're
What's he saying?
everywhere. He says, and there's no need for them to anymore to legislate and protest and the rest of it.
So there's no ceiling for women. Women are paid the same as men.
Well, he didn't say that.
Oh, okay. So
okay,
then he really didn't say much.
No, he didn't say much.
He didn't
so-
say anything of value as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, we didn't say that. And the Chinese investors paid $4.4 billion for Caesar's mobile games
Yeah.
for smartphones.
Yeah.
A very popular play ticker, slot-omania, and bingo blitz.
Online gambling.
Okay.
Yeah, the Chinese figure this is a way to do online bet, and they're buying up these.
Get more of our dollars.
Okay, all right. Is the new version of the Pats is much like the old one, I guess. It's the New York Times said something like that. In case you
The new version
When-
of the Pats, the
of
Patriots.
the Patriots,
What do
yeah.
you mean the new version? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I have no idea.
What do you mean?
Well, that's right.
You wrote it down.
Oh, but wait a minute. Then he says, then there's another, underneath that is a new version of Cats.
A new version. They're reviving Cats.
Yeah, which is
I've
much
never
like,
seen that.
it's much like the old one also.
Did Cats ever close?
From
Yes,
Cats.
it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Charles Isherwood said there was 700,
Early 2000s.
7,500 performances of Cats. Now there's a new one. And then they have the Phantom of the Opera, which
can
has
you-
never stopped running. Then they have 11,500 performances.
One of the most terrible shows ever to appear on Broadway.
Beautiful, beautiful songs, though.
Well, okay.
One beautiful song.
How-
One beautiful song. That's
Well,
okay.
That's all.
One hit wonder.
That's all he ever writes in any of his shows is one song, and the rest
One
is
song,
all
and
garbage.
the rest of it is.
And he
But
still
can
made
you-
lots and lots of money, didn't
Oh,
he?
I know, but
know?
but can you imagine the 55-gallon drums of makeup that they used in that many performances of Cats?
Well,
Yeah.
it's good. It makes its business is good for them. For the
Well, I look forward to
For the
watching
makeup
it. I
people?
never saw it when it was in its original.
I
You
saw it in London with
Okay.
Rainey and our
Nice.
son and new daughter-in-law and their parents.
It just amazes me that Andrew Lloyd Webber didn't kill Broadway.
Now his
Alrighty then.
Chinese migrants who escaped from China.
Chinese migrants.
Yeah, they're
My
living.
God, if
they're
we're worried
living
about
in.
Syrian migrants, we got to really get worried now.
I'm not worried about any migrants
They
personally.
crossed over in Russia's Far East. It's also known as Siberia. Well, anyways, they're able to lease like 90 to 100 acres of farmland. It's not, some is good, some is not so good. And the Chinese have been marrying Russian women to cut out the bureaucratic forms they have to fill out.
For a
And,
green card?
It's
get-
very efficient of them.
Anyways, this is going on while we're sitting here, and it makes you realize what's happening. Also, the first woman governor of Tokyo, her name is
All right.
Yuriko Koike, and
Rico Koike.
she's a conservative former defense minister, and she is a divorced former newscaster who speaks Arabic fluently.
Nice move.
Okay.
All right, thought.
Hey,
Seems interesting.
it's
well,
very efficient
all right.
language for her to learn.
I'm
very helpful
I'm
these
reading all
days.
these things.
Well,
for
I
you.
hope
You know what
this-
time it is, don't you?
I hope this.
Yes, so we got to do
Yes,
our we got to
we
do
do.
our play.
I hope this wave of Chinese immigrants doesn't hit our shores all too soon.
Okay, are you ready?
I don't care.
Well, My grandkids will have a hard time getting into Harvard.
Wait a minute.
Is that your reasoning behind it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And they already have a wall in China, so Trump
All right.
can't deal with that.
Anyway,
All right.
let's do our play.
They said, he said.
They said, she said.
They said, she said.
They said, she said.
Okay, good.
Now, this is from deep in the vault.
04.
Yes.
Okay.
Try to remember back a dozen years ago when a guy named Barack Obama made a keynote speech at the Democratic Convention in Boston, Massachusetts.
Right.
And burst onto the landscape and now is just finishing up his second term
Second
as
term.
President of the United States.
Nice.
Because that's when this was written.
Right. Action. Did you turn back your clocks?
I don't know, but I wish I could turn back the deficit.
Always politics, huh?
Polls are dumb.
Well, even I can do a better job.
But he can contain the terrorists.
What, with all those high explosives?
They were gone before.
The war was over.
And Osama bin Laden is still free.
Didn't he get bombed?
That was Saddam.
He was hiding.
That's what terrorists do.
The bad judgment.
Rumsfeld's fault.
Modern battle is speed.
More troops, more tanks, more planes.
Expensive.
And all that looting
All those unprotected ammo dumps.
We didn't plan for that.
was like Halloween.
The insurgents didn't stop
But we got Saddam.
without the WMDs.
And now we have al-Sadr and Zarqawi.
Should have used pepper spray or those pellet guns.
The terrorists are losing.
Coalition in Iraqi killed and wounded.
Those rowdy fans after the Yankee game.
Expel those bums.
You mean the Fallujah thugs?
The Afghans voted for Karzai. The
Lawyers standing by.
electoral college tie, huh?
Wall Street's up, the economy's down.
If John's elected, terror attack.
If George wins, voter fraud.
The machines are fine.
Turn out at the polls.
Everybody has a poll.
I mean, where you vote.
We should sell lottery tickets there.
Pay lots of election bills.
Who's minding the store?
You suspect cheating?
I suspect phony registrations.
Turning legal voters away.
But no flip-flopping.
George vacillates.
Where does John stand on anything?
Those debates helped him.
John won on plans.
The incumbent is the better leader.
We can't take 4 more years.
Versus 20 years of silent challenges.
President just doesn't like bad news.
Senator is all rhetoric.
Neither seems to get much done.
But George has been leading for 4 years.
With you guys, it's always promises.
Well, the foliage is beautiful.
I'm cooling off for the president.
All the prognosticators say otherwise.
Civility is important.
But gravitas is vital.
We're in a crisis.
The flu vaccine shortage?
Well,
Our health plan is better,
and he cut taxes.
Yeah, for the wealthy.
encourages business,
But weapons for the troops cost big money.
and the senator was against it.
The federal amendment to ban marriage? What?
Same-sex marriage.
Ah, okay.
Who brought up Cheney's daughter?
It's reality, pal.
Swing states.
Battlegrounds for new scenarios.
Ignoring attacks. Fuzzy facts. I'm a poet.
Leadership matters.
Yeah,
National security in Iraq and Afghanistan.
yeah, and bashing attack ads.
Re-examination of the president's decisions.
Experience, convictions.
Kerry has the medals for bravery.
Swift boat truth squads?
Get out the vote.
Internet. Administration bungling.
Degrading beneath contempt.
Time for a smarter war on terror.
No plan to win the peace.
Won't admit his mistakes.
The presidents don't do that.
The coalition needs multilateral support.
Iran and North Korea. George is tough.
Absentee ballots lost in Florida's early voting.
I want more preemptive military action.
They both oppose the draft.
Our economy continues to move offshore.
UN backed, of course.
Did the troops watch the World Series in Iraq and Afghanistan?
That's real Americanism.
Shock and awe, fear and smear.
You left out the faith factor.
And voter intimidation.
No bid contracts, stem cell research.
No mention of Halliburton.
What about leadership?
The blame game.
It's the progressive socialist left-wing pinko liberals
The best man will win. Not.
with all those lawyers and
Just ask
justices
Bush.
to help him.
Yeah, okay. Who can say anything in 2012
Our
or
citizens.
16?
So let's work to get them to the polls. Yay!
Hey.
Well, Donald isn't running Huckabee.
But Newt is.
But what about more jobs and a shrinking budget?
You'd have to ask a gadfly.
Oil and money, he's got, but short of bodyguards.
Blackout.
There we go.
Okay.
We did it.
2004.
2000.
There you go, sir. Back in the vault for another 10 years.
Ancient history, okay. Now,
Michael
Alex-
comes to the
that.
end. He just couldn't keep himself in 2004.
Alexandra
No, he couldn't. That's
Pelosi,
funny.
did you know she was at the Democratic convention?
Alexander Pelosi, who's she?
She's the daughter of Nancy Pelosi.
Okay, that makes
And-
sense.
I figured that
And like
would've gone
everybody
there.
else, she makes documentary films.
Like everybody else, huh?
Yeah.
California.
Okay. Anyways,
Our producer can't out a producer,
her new film will be aired soon, which is about interviewing billionaires, asking them why they give lots of money. That's what the film is about.
Did she interview Donald?
I don't think that was asked. That was a part of the interview.
She would have had to ask him, why don't you give any money?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I
So
kind of.
who was in there?
That was a what?
Who was in the documentary?
We don't. All these. A bunch of billionaires.
I would assume it was people,
Soros is one of them.
probably people like Bill Gates and
Yeah,
and
there's a few. There's a bunch.
who's the Hathaway guy?
from Oklahoma?
Yeah,
Yeah. Burnett, something like that.
Buffett.
Buffett.
Warren Buffett.
There you
Warren
go.
He
Buffett.
just got passed for number 3 on the richest list in the United States
Oh, okay.
by some guy, I think, with Google.
Oh, probably, yeah.
All right.
But we were talking about,
Google.
before we came in here, the filthy harbor at Rio where the
Oh,
Olympic
it's
Games.
Yes.
Disgusting.
How many world-class athletes are we going to kill in Rio in
At
the
least
next
200.
few weeks?
200.
Would you swim in that
No.
stuff?
Nope, I would boycott it. I
Well,
would be heartbroken,
Well, you can do.
but I
You
would
have to
not
do the
swim in that water.
breaststroke.
There's no excuse.
Because
well,
of-
they're talking about putting special suits on them.
Yeah.
They're talking about
Suits?
exactly
Respirators?
no, like that are antibacteria.
But
And then
it's
they're
n-
coaching them. Don't let any of the water in your mouth.
Yeah,
So,
right,
Or
right.
your nose.
Otherwise, while they're swimming, do mosquitoes bite while people are swimming?
Well, the
Zika bug?
The organizing committee has
Zika.
now said that Zika is no longer a problem.
Right.
No problem. Don't worry about it. Zika is no longer a
Really?
problem. We've taken care of that.
Oh.
They also said that the World Health Organization told them they only had to test for bacteria. Apparently,
Yes.
every virulent virus in the world is in their water.
I can't believe they're not putting a stop to this, like the committee, like that they're allowing there to be a choice.
Well, because they're
Are you
very
at a loss for words?
yes,
Oh my goodness.
there are very few organizations less corrupt than the International Olympic Committee. I mean, I don't know why Roger Go-to-Hell isn't the head of the International Olympic Committee. He'd be a perfect fit.
You should send them a letter of recommendation and
Yes,
suggest him.
But
Yes.
he wouldn't get 40 million. I don't think he
Well,
From
could.
He
the
already got his
International
40
Olympic
million.
Committee?
What?
Didn't he?
Oh, you think the head of the International Olympic Committee gets paid less than Roger?
Maybe.
You never know.
You never know. It's
Anyway,
right. Yeah.
no, it's not surprising. I mean, they are totally and completely corrupt.
They got a guy named Marty Flournoy, and takes place in Georgia. It's true. He's 32, and he's a black man. He was stopped by and challenged by the sheriff's deputy on his right to vote, and he received a summons to appear in person to prove his residence or lose the right to vote. The election board is trying to restore order to a process tainted earlier by corruption and incompetence. That's what they say in Georgia. And
I will bet you my entire pension that whoever said that is a Republican.
the
I
allegations,
might be inclined to agree
but they got a
with you.
suit against all this, and they say the allegations are wrong, and it's about politics and power, but the Justice Department's plea-clearance idea, you're supposed to...
Pre-clearance?
Yeah, they're supposed.
Well,
you're
the
supposed to-
Southern Poverty Law Center has, just in recent weeks, overturned the Texas voter ID law, the North Carolina voter ID law, and I think the Michigan voter ID law. When these things can't even survive this rigged Supreme Court, you know how bad they are.
Yes.
Do you know that Ortiz from the Red Sox is going to make a get up and go to school announcement on the telephone?
Yep.
And also for television, I guess.
They
too.
said that he's not going to be on every one of them. They're going to do an array of them. So Big Papi will be on one.
to wake the kids up
for truancy.
to go to school. That's not a bad idea. They might.
Whatever happened
I
to
don't know.
alarm clocks?
Yeah. No, because it's
Wait
about
a minute.
truancy.
Why
It's
are you
not- it's not
changing this?
about-
You bring up something we don't want to talk about, alarm clocks.
Whatever happened to
All right.
alarm clocks?
These kids take those apart to see what's in them. You know
Is that what they do?
Those are the kids
No,
who.
alarm clocks are called iPhones.
Those are probably the kids who want to go to school.
Okay.
The ones who take things apart to see how
Exactly.
they work. All right, Michael, clear your board.
All right, we got to clear
that
the
time.
board. It's
Clear
that
your
time.
board. We were discussing
Don't worry
what Bill Clinton is going to be called beginning next January, and I have adopted the suggestion of his daughter Chelsea. First laddie.
First spouse.
First laddie.
First line. Hi, Irene. Good night, Irene.
Irene, good night. Irene, good night. We'll see you in our dreams.
Good night, Irene.
Good night, Irene. Good night, everybody, from the Fun Show here at Big TV.
We have a
We
whole minute
will
now.
see you next week, same time, same station, with the wonderful Fun Show.
Where you have fun all the time.
Days. And
You have a
remember,
beautiful singing voice, Michael.
Donald Trump must not be president of the United States
not an
under any
option.
circumstances whatsoever. I'm glad I live in the People's Republic of Massachusetts, where we don't have to worry about it.
Yes. Well, it affects the world, so we have to worry.
How much time have we got?
We
We
still have
done?
like
Not bad.
34 seconds. Everyone wants to hear something from you guys.
Here's
They've been
something.
waiting, like meaningful. This is that moment of
They've been
meaningful
waiting
for
all
this
that-
meaningful
all that time.
moment.
Okay.
Give
The
it-
legislature managed at the last minute, actually they went 15 minutes over, and they have passed a bill to regulate Uber. So we should
Right
all be
on.
happy.
That's a good thing.
How's that?
That's good. That was good information. Peace.
Mother.